Hi guys, welcome back to the Sea Moss Dispensary. We're here with Karen, and today we are doing a voiceover for a DIY for a bubble bath. And this bubble bath has been added to my fall collection, and it is awesome. Everyone in the household uses it, and it is my go-to to put the kids to bed early. So first thing I'm going to do, and what you're going to want to do anytime you're making any type of skincare products or anything that's made for the skin, you are going to want to sanitize your area. So here I am wiping down my countertop with a Lysol wipe. And I make sure that I wipe everything down and I get it clean, because this is also a common area in my kitchen. So I make sure I get any type of germs and stickiness and anything up from that surface. And then I also go ahead and spray it down with 99% alcohol. And then also you want to make sure that you clean anything that is going to come in contact with your mixtures that you're using. So here I'm wiping down my scale that I'm going to be using to measure out my base. And here I'm also sanitizing the mixing bowl that I'm also going to be using. I'm not going to be attaching this to the mixer. I'm just going to be hand mixing, but this is a big enough container to hold everything that I need it to hold. So next thing, I'm getting my containers and everything ready, zeroing out my scale so I can go ahead and measure my bubble bath base. And I'm not making the bubble bath from scratch. I am using a base here, and the base that I am using is from Bulk Apothecary, and I like this base. I've been using it for quite some time. I also use it for my feminine hygiene wash. As you can see, when it's coming out of the container, it's super thick, a super thick viscosity, super thick consistency. This is going to go ahead and thin out once you add any type of oils to this. So I'm adding essential oils. I only use essential oils in my bubble baths and my feminine hygiene wash. I don't use fragrance oils. So once you add your oils to this base, it will thin out. And using a shower gel or a bubble bath base is very tricky, because the amount of added oil that you could add to this is literally between 1 and 1.5%. Anything more than that, it's going to basically turn your base into water. And I had that happen the first time I ran this mixture through. I misjudged the amount of oil that I used, and it looked like it was fine. In the morning when I came down and checked on it to pour it in the bottles, it was literally water. So be very careful when you are measuring out your essential oils or fragrance oils, whatever you are going to use for your bubble bath mixture or shower gel mixture. So now that I have the base measured out, I'm going to go ahead and spray off a spatula again, because that's what I'm using to stir. And then I also have a smaller scale on the side there, because I am using a small mixture, like a small amount of essential oils for this mixture. And this particular bubble bath does have lavender essential oil, patchouli essential oil, as well as chamomile essential oil, and it smells amazing. So this mixture is also going to help with things like relaxation, anxiety, also help with depression. And the essential oil of chamomile is also known to help with things like eczema and skin issues like that, irritation on the skin. So I market this as a calming nighttime bath to, go ahead, relax everyone before bedtime and get the household under control. And then you can even yourself as an adult go in with this as well to relieve any stress from the day before you wind down for the night. So like I said, I'm going ahead and measuring out everything to the T. Like I said, bubble bath and shower gel base is very, very temperamental. So you want to get the measurements exact, and as exact to the 1% as you can. And then if you can add some more, go in later and do that. And after I mix all of these oils together, the next thing I'm going to do, I make sure I smell it to make sure it's what I want it to smell like. And then I go ahead and I pull out my mica. Now with this, I am using a purple mica, and this just came in a set that I got from Amazon that had a bunch of different colors. But since this mixture does have lavender in it, I want to go for like a purple, light purple type of color with this bubble bath. So I go ahead and I add the mica to my oil. So I make sure the mica is dispersed into the oil, so I do not have any type of clumps in my bubble bath, because who wants that? Nobody. So I make sure that I mix it together thoroughly to get rid of anything, and then I add it slowly to the mixture, because the last thing you want to do is add all of it in at once and it's too much. So normally I do this in my stand mixer, but I didn't feel like lugging it out today, so I'm doing everything by hand. So I poured in a little bit of the mixture at first, and I'm mixing it to make sure it's getting incorporated, and you could see already that the mixture is actually starting to loosen. It's turning this white cloudy color, but by the time everything settles, it will be a see-through or translucent color. You'll be able to see through it, and it'll be purple. So I go ahead and I add a little bit more, because it can take some more, and I stir that in slowly as well. And you also don't want to over mix your base as well, because then it will turn, like I said, into that water consistency. So as you can see here, it's loose. It's not as loose as I would like it to be as yet, but it's very looser than what it was when we first took it out of the container. And as you can see, it is turning white here. That is a normal reaction depending on the type of base that you use. I've had this happen with this base, and also with the base that I get from Essentials by Catalina. So I'll go ahead and I pour some more in. It's a little bit left, and as you can see, I'm mixing, and if I'm not mistaken, I go ahead and I knock over this container right here. And as you can see, I'm contemplating what am I about to do now. So I just go ahead and I pour the rest in there, because this is all that I have left right now. And then I go ahead and I clean up my mess. And as you can see, I sprayed this alcohol down as well to wipe up any type of coloring on the counter so it does not stain. If you spill any type of dye, coloring, turmeric, anything on your countertops, go ahead and spray it with the 99% alcohol right away, and that will come right up. So we're still mixing here, and as you can see, it is loosening up just the way I like it. And we're going to continue to mix. And as you see here, like, the consistency is coming along nicely. And don't get discouraged, because it's not going to happen right away. You might think like, hey, this isn't loosening up the way I like, but do not add any more oil. You have to allow it time to settle and allow the oil time to disperse throughout the mixture. And so this is like in real time basically. So I'm continuing to mix, and this consistency is like I like it to the most part. So I'm just going to continue to mix. And like I said, I spilled my oil mixture, so I don't have any more to put in there, but I'm just going to go ahead and continue to mix this. Okay, after I'm done mixing, I go ahead and I grab the bottles that I'm going to be using to sanitize my products. I take the lids off, and then I go ahead and sanitize them with the 99% alcohol, as well as the containers that I'm using to pour. And they do have a filling machine that you can use that is easier, but currently I do not have one. You can find them on Amazon, and they're like usually around like $100 and something, maybe like $130, which makes this process super easy. So if you have it to invest, I would suggest to do that. Otherwise, this is another option if you are just starting out and you do not have the funds to get that machine right away. It takes a little bit more time, a little bit more cleanup, but in my opinion, works the same. And then after I'm done filling, I wipe the tops off put a pressure seal on and the cap, and then here is the finished product with the label and everything. I do want to thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more DIY content. Thank you.